you won't even tell the difference. What's up, preppers? You've probably heard other channels talk about silver as a form of barter. So why am I stacking silver? Now, it's not necessarily for the end of the world or the end financial collapse or trading for people's beans and bullets. So that's what a lot of people think, and a lot of preppers dismiss it for that reason. A prep doesn't always have to be for that Teotihuacan situation. It doesn't always have to be something for the absolute end times, the total grid down, the total collapse, or anything like that. Prepping can be for everyday situations, as we know. A fire, a home emergency, a medical emergency. So why would you not do the same for your finances? Just because there's some sort of financial collapse, major inflation, anything like that, doesn't mean it's going to be suddenly without rule of law. So you might need a way to still buy things, trade things, or have some sort of commodity, some sort of valuable that is going to hold its value. Like I say, I'm not an expert on this, but as it's now becoming one of my preps, because I was introduced this of a really good friend who is part of our channel, and they've really opened my eyes to this and what could potentially happen. Now, the best thing about this prep is these are just 1 ounce coins. So you can pick this up anywhere between 30 and 40 pounds, depending on where you go, how you get them, etc. But this is a Britannia. So it's British currency, so you don't pay the capital gains tax on it and stuff like that. Like I say, loads of expert channels if you want to look further into that. This is just what I was recommended to get, so this is what I'm getting. Some people prefer the bars. If you could, get gold by all means, but silver's at such a low amount now, it's affordable for anyone to start doing this. 1 coin a month is all I'm getting. Now, if nothing happens, if 1 coin a month, by the time my 1-year-old daughter is 18, that's going to be a nice little inheritance for her. If we are still in peace times and everything's come by and wonderful. And it's always going to hold its value. It's always going to slightly go up, slightly go down, but I expect it to go up a lot more than that. One of the main reasons for getting precious metals at all is to hedge against inflation. Silver's value tends to increase when the value of paper money goes down. And silver has a long history of preserving wealth during economic uncertainty. Let's be fair, it's also a good way to diversify your portfolio. Because if something happens that affects the digital world in general, all them stocks, all them cryptos, everything like that, it's not worth anything. And then it's not long before that printed piece of paper is worth very little. And we've seen it happen post-war in Germany, people with wheelbarrows full of money trying to buy loaves of bread because the value of money was next to nothing. Of course, there is some joy in collecting as well. They're nice to look at. You can collect different coins if you wanted to go all over the world with the different ones. Just check out the different laws and stuff like that when it comes to taxation, capital gains tax, etc. But you can collect really beautiful coins, and you can collect a lot of just UK ones if you want to avoid all that legal side. And despite what people may say positive or negative and say it's going to go through the roof or it's going to drop out the floor, silver has been used as a store of value for centuries, and its value's always held up well over time. What I'm going to do now is show you a couple of little tricks, just what I've been doing, because I've been looking for silver in other places, like auctions and things like that. So if you're not buying from a reputable dealer, there's quite a few out of them. I got some of these from Atkinson's. I think that was a really good one. But there's all sorts of different dealers out there that have got a good reputation. But if you're like me and you like a bargain as well, you'll want to check out, second-hand stores and things like that. But you'll always want the means to test it. So what I'm going to do now is just set up and show you quickly. It's not foolproof, but it's pretty good how you can test for real silver. Right, so the common thing you get told is to use a magnet to check it. So I've ordered some proper tester magnets that go on your keychain that are quite powerful, but I've just got a magnet here, which is quite a strong magnet. We can see it'll pick up that spanner. So you'd think if it's made out of that metal and not silver, then we know that that's not silver, okay? However, nothing else is picking up. See, that has a slight, see how it slightly moves it? That makes that not silver, because it shouldn't have any magnetism whatsoever. So we've eliminated two pieces of metal, right? So what can we do? I mean, we can look for dates, telltale signs, and identify coins. So we know that's a £2 coin. We know that's a £1 coin. We know that's a 20p piece. It's got up-to-date dates on. So a bit of research eliminates them. Then we've got this, which could be a silver coin. You can do some research and find out it's called a silver crown, but it's not made of silver. However, if you look at it next to, obviously it's more tarnished but polished up. If it was next to the silver coin, size-wise, weight-wise, everything is fine. I'm going to move this ring to the side because I don't want this to get affected by this. The last test I'll do at home is this. This isn't anything special. This is household bleach. Cheap, thick bleach. And what you can do is just put a tiny little dot on. So put a tiny little dot on that one, tiny little dot on that one. After 30 seconds already, you could see we're starting to see a difference between the two. And you can see how dark this has gone. I know this was already a darker coin, but between the edges, just wipe that off, there is nothing different. There's nothing different about that one now at all. You can't even tell where the bleach was on it. So that means not silver. This is the real silver. And don't worry, that seems bad, but with some standard silvered polish, this will come right off. And afterwards, you won't even tell the difference. So there you go. That's a surefire way to test your coins and make sure it's real silver. So there we have it, a couple of little tricks there. So make sure you are getting the real thing. If you're collecting them, I wouldn't recommend the bleach thing, although you can use silver polish to get it off quite easily with a bit of rubbing sort of thing. If you're collecting it for the value of how pristine the coin is, you might not want to do that. Just use a very reputable dealer. Also worth noting, if you're getting a big block or a bar of silver, if you're not sure of the source, you need to drill it. You really do need to drill right through the center of it and test some of the stuff in the middle, because they could have a lead block, then cover it in a layer of silver, but are getting 3-4 times the weight value. Very rare kind of thing to happen, but it's worth keeping in mind, you know, especially if it's not somebody that you can return it to or complain to. On top of the coins I'm collecting now, that is going to be essentially a college fund for my daughter if nothing hits the fan or it doesn't go absolutely through the roof and we're living like kings because of our silver. It will just be a college fund or an inheritance when I pass away. I'm also going to be starting to collect the 1/10 of an ounce coins, which look exactly like this, like a Britannia, but obviously a smaller coin, and the 1/4 ounce coins, only because if it is used as a bartering method, if it comes to an end of the world situation or a Teotihuacan financial collapse, etc., you don't necessarily want to be trying to give a full ounce. If this is worth 50-60 pounds at the time, you don't want to be giving that for a bit of shopping. You know, you want to be able to break down the denominations and probably is not by snipping this up with a pair of tin snips. So I'm going to get the smaller value coins as a potential way to trade. So that is a kind of prep for that end times, but it's not why I'm doing silver in the first place. As to the stability of our money right now and the banks, I mean, you just need to open your eyes and look at what's going on around you. There's loads of YouTubers that know a lot more than me, so I'm not even going to try and go down that road. I will tell you, though, on our Discord, we've got a finance section on there, and there's loads of videos people are posting in there, loads of great advice going in there. So worth checking that out, if nothing else, if this is something that interests you. And yeah, the banks, I mean, they're talking about like some of the big banks leaving the country and stopping trading here and stuff like that. And we've seen almost financial collapse happen umpteen times and bailouts and what have you. And we've seen bank closures. So at the end of the day, do you really think if everybody decided to take their money out of the bank tomorrow, would it all be there? No. It's just numbers. Once you've had a real currency in your hand, I don't know. The paper money promissory notes don't quite feel the same. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.